on the subject of bullying, um, I've definitely dealt with that. I think more than anything else that I've dealt with. I've been bullied ever since I was diagnosed with Tourette Syndrome. I've always been seen as a lot different than most kids. My Tourette's has made me I guess it's made me a big target because it makes me so different. It makes me seem so different from everybody else that, kids pick up on that, and I've always been made fun of, been called names and laughed at and mocked and all sorts of things like that. Um, I've had varying teachers. I've had some teachers that have been really supportive of my Tourette's, and they've done what they can to help me and to help make the classroom more comfortable. But had I've also had teachers that haven't been very supportive of it at all. They don't know very much about it. Some think it's just an excuse for bad behavior, and when you're a kid, you can't really change the mind of your teacher. So I've definitely had troubles with teachers that haven't really understood it. My friends at school, I've been lucky to have some really supportive friends. All my friends know that I have Tourette syndrome, but they don't know what it's really like to deal with it, so they try as hard as they can to be supportive of me as they can with not ever having dealt with it themselves. But, things are definitely hard sometimes, and there's a lot of stress and frustration sometimes, but overall, I have some really supportive friends. I'm really lucky for that. But classmates in school, it's not as bad as it used to be. I'm in high school now, so kids grow up a little bit, but not always. So there are definitely still kids that, if they see me tick, they'll give me a weird look or they'll glare at me because my tick is distracting them from what they're trying to do. There are definitely still people at school that think I'm just a big weirdo, but there's nothing I can do about that. I have my friends and family that are there for me, so it's pointless for me to worry about all these other people. But when I was younger, it was definitely a lot more of a problem. It still is a problem now sometimes, but it was a lot harder when I was younger. Classmates didn't really understand it. They didn't really want to understand it because I was just that weird girl. So, you do what you can to try and educate people, but it doesn't always work. People don't always want to listen. Um, I think the hardest part of having Tourette syndrome is sometimes it's the tics, when the tics are really bad and you're just having a horrible ticking day, and they're just coming out one after another and you can't help it, and you just kind of go nuts, and it's really painful mentally, emotionally, and physically. It physically hurts you a lot. The other hardest part, I think, is just having to deal with people, having to deal with bullying, and having to deal with people that just don't understand what Tourette syndrome is, and people that don't want to understand, people that are ignorant towards it and don't really want to take the time to learn about it. That's definitely the hardest part. I think the best part is for me knowing that my story and my struggles and the things I've been through have been an inspiration to people, and knowing that I've been able to give people hope and to show them that you can be struggling through something that feels so impossible, that you feel like you're never going to get over it, you're never going to get through it, but it is possible. You just have to be as stubborn as you can and just keep pushing through whatever it is that's going wrong. And I've been able to show people that it is possible to get through anything that you're going through. And I've been able to just make people smile and be an inspiration to them. And I think that is definitely the best part about having Tourette